Alright, hey there Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and we're back for some more of the Persona 4 Golden Let's Play. If you did miss out during the last one, well, we just went and headed off into the next new dungeon that is going to be here. This is going to be known as the Heaven's Paradise. This is Nanako's imagination for what is happening in the said TV world, and we are going to have to battle out with Shadow Namatame. Now, for what I have been hearing with some researches before getting on into this recording, is that this boss is going to be one of the most challenging of the said other bosses that we have ever faced so far throughout all of the different dungeons. So you want to make sure that before you come on into this way is that you want to make sure that most of your personas are in a pretty nice, good, substantial type of level, which from what I've been gathered is that you want to make sure that most of your main characters and also within some of your personas are going to be around within like the level 60 margin. So hopefully everything should be okay for us, though. I know that we're a little bit under level in some ways. I know that Naruto is actually somewhat relatively good out here for what's going to happen in the Heaven Paradise area, since we haven't ever got to use Naruto yet, since she is a brand new person on our team. So we are going to be having to go and see her what is going to be happening within the time of the said battle. I will be making sure that throughout this battle is that Naruto will be a said person that will not actually have act freely, but more so in a more direct command type of way, where I can actually be able to then go and decide to make sure that we could go and punch in the buttons and everything on her side, so that we can make sure exactly what we're going to be lining up for, instead of just automatically having Naruto just do everything. I know that we've been seeing that so far throughout the very beginning of this dungeon beginning part here, but for right now, this is where the boss battle is going to happen, so we're going to have to try to make sure that we at least get a win. Now, I do want to let you guys is that for this said boss is that I am going to have to go and do another reattempt, but I was very close on what was going to be happening here. It was just that I think like within the battling that was happening, unfortunately there was a situation where basically this Namatame guy likes to start controlling most of your party members, and if you are in a very big tight situation where if he is going to go and actually control everybody on your team, that is where you're going to possibly get yourself like completely destroyed. And even if you have somebody like Kanji, for that matter, that has like that torrent shot type of move, where if you made him like super strong and powerful, and like Namatame makes sure that he controls him, like you're instantly game over. Like there's no other way around it. So you have to be really cautious around within there. But I do have a strategy in mind for the next attempt, though, is that I forgot that throughout this battle is that I wanted to make sure to just keep on power charging up on Kanji, but I only did it once. But I know it's really good because it actually doubles the amount of the attack that happens, but it's okay. I'll have to try it out again another way. And if this second attempt doesn't work for the next video, then unfortunately I think I'm going to possibly maybe just have to say that Persona 4 may potentially get on a little bit of a hiatus or something. Depends on what's going to happen.
Go ahead. I know. You chased us all the way.
So basically right now we're just hearing all the different things that are happening right now in the well, with what's going on with Namatame here. So there is going to be a segment where he did actually go and somewhat talk about at some point here, where he was trying to say that like he's not trying to like basically injure anybody or anything of that type of nature. It's just that he wants to make sure that they are all saved in a way, but he's just really talking a whole bunch of nonsense, and now he looks like he's gonna go and try to power himself up in his own shadow form, which we are gonna have to see.
So many evildoers. That's why I'm going to save them.
So that's what he really thinks, man. If you really think that you're some sort of a savior or hero, I don't think you really are. Oh man, somebody needs to go and save Nanako before the situation gets out of hand, because right now she can't even breathe at this point in time. So Yosuke and Kanji are here to save for the day, but let's go and try to rescue her immediately. But it's not over just yet, because we still got that shadow fight to still go on and happen.
How dare you?
Give her.
Now, while we are going throughout here of this said way, I am going to be getting some new type of equipment for what my channel is going to be. So currently right now, I am going to be going and picking up with a Rode Pod mic, which I don't really know too much about that said mic. I know about the Rode series and some of the different mics, because like I did have my own Rode mic before, and I went and gave that over to my sister later. But yeah, this Rode Pod mic that I'm going to be looking at is really good. I think for what I've seen is that it's actually a little bit more better than what the Shure MV7 is. So maybe when I go and try it out, I'll try and see what I can go and do with that mic. And if it is a little bit better, then so be it. That would be really nice. And I did go and, however, been looking at a boom arm and also a green screen, which I'm not really all that too familiar with what the green screen is all about. And I know that I have seen other streamers use a green screen before, and I think like for my room in particular is that I think I do have enough space where I think I could actually go and put a green screen in here. So not gonna like add in like a big huge one, but at least like somewhat of like a smaller one before. Alright, so here we go. So this is Kunio Sagiri. I think this is what his shadow look-alike is going to be all about here. This dude looks pretty insane, if I have to say so myself. So what we're going to go and have to do is let's just make sure that Naoto goes and does anything direct command related instead of just acting freely. But what we're going to have to go and do is we may possibly have to switch around with our persona, because right now we have Throne, and Throne is not all that, like, I want to say, like, well, for right now we don't really need him at this moment, but we do have him for like a recarm, so that if we ever do need like to revive out anybody like quickly, if somebody gets knocked out fast enough, that is pretty helpful there. But I think for us specifically is that we want to make sure that we at least go and switch out to Samuel at some point and just start dropping down all of his attacks, because this man is pretty crazy with some of his different heavy attacks, and we don't really want to be in a situation where we're going to get blown away and get destroyed out here, because that would not be fun. And at some point later on throughout these said battles here is that Rize will go and talk to you about like different things that are going to happen with Namatame's shadow. And sometimes if you are in a predicament where if he does use, I think, like his own type of elemental move, then that's when you can go and actually do a lot more better attacks off of that. So like if he went and said like he wanted to do like a fire attack or something, or like a wind type of element attack, basically if he does that once, then you can at least go and then try to set up for any type of wind or even said fire damage and just try to make sure to knock him out quickly. And I do strongly suggest that you have at least somebody that's going to be on your team that is going to be doing a lot of healing and a lot of attack boosting. And that is going to be one person, which of course is going to have to be with Teddy, since Teddy does have majority of everything that I do need for this. And I think like for the second attempt that when I go on into this battle is that I'm going to make sure that my main guy that we have been using so far throughout this whole entire game is going to be the one that is going to be setting up for a lot of debuffing, or well, more so, yeah, of all the different like debuffs that are going to happen within for what this battle is going to be. Now I'm going to have to make Teddy both a healer and also somebody that's just going to do a lot of buffing up for attack wise. And then, of course, with Kanji, he's going to be like our main physical attacker. And then Nato will be somebody who's just going to be more so of just doing like her own type of thing. Like, I don't really have anything too much to really go for with Nato. But, like, if there is a situation where, again, if this guy decides to go for any type of, like, a crazy attack or something like that, then you can then go and then try to at least see what happens from there. But yeah, like throughout this whole entire like battle that was going on, I never really had any type of issues with us having to go and do anything missing wise. So hopefully within the next attempt that we go and do is that we have the same type of situation from before. Don't really have to really go our way and try to try to worry about with anything there. Because it seems like his evasion is like somewhat relatively annoying, so we're going to possibly have to go and try to make sure that we go and somewhat decrease his evasion there at some point. So we could go for a Media Rama, or we could go for a Maracuja, but I think we're just going to go for Media Rama instead, just to make sure that everybody's healing. That's always a good idea as well. Even if you do see anything like really scary wise on some of your team, you may possibly need to go out for a Meteorama just in case. Alright, so here we go. Line up more on that torrent shot because it does do multiple hits, so that's really good to go and have right now. So what's going to happen here? Yeah, we can't really go and do anything dark move related because I'm pretty sure that bosses can't really get themselves insta destroyed out here. Doesn't really work like Final Fantasy X, I don't think, where you could just literally just set up on the Zamato and just go and just completely knock out everybody.
Let's go.
So there we go. We're gonna light up with more of that Tempest attack there. So now, since we're in a situation, we're gonna probably have to go for another Meteorama. Yeah. But I do have to say, the backdrop for what this boss battle does look like is pretty cool. Like, I wonder what, like, his whole entire, like, shadow persona is, like, basically supposed to be off of something. Because I've never seen anything like where this dude has like some sort of big, huge type of thing on his head that's just like spinning around. It looks like a clock or something. Or like maybe he's trying to look like a hippie or something. Because like I know that like when he first like came out into the battle, he kind of had like some peace signs and stuff. And I do see that there's some peace signs around within his whole entire thing. Or what his whole head is kind of representing there. So maybe it's supposed to be like a hippie shadow or something. Alright, there we go. So it looks like Teddy's finally back up. So now we can go and try to think of something else that we can go and do. Looks like at this point we don't really need to really worry about Meteorama. So Maracuja is going to have to be the one that we're going to have to go and use right now. And just make sure that you keep on boosting up your attack because it can also last a little bit longer too. But you don't really want to be in a situation where this guy's going to go and start controlling out your members because that can then be leading into a major big problem here. So we got ourselves with Quad Converge, so basically he's going to change out the atmosphere. So that's kind of like almost like a Pokemon move. It's kind of like almost something out of like Gravity or something, but I'm not really too entirely certain what that's going to go out of his way to do there. But yeah, so we're going to go out for our Tempest Slash, so hopefully that's going to at least be able to do a little bit of some extra more damage. But yeah, like, I don't know why exactly I went and failed like this whole first attempt though, because like we were doing like acing through everything and it was just all because of that one annoying simple control move that freaking guy had. There we go. That's gonna be able to do a lot of damage right to Namatame there, which that's not good. We're gonna have to try and make sure that we go and set up for another healing at some point there. So yeah, if you guys just went and just heard about with Rize is that fire damage is actually somewhat more effective. Well, that means we can actually now go and just start lining up with any type of fire damage here. So that is going to be really helpful with that. Alright, so now we're going to have to go and figure out what we're going to be doing now. Probably go for another Meteorama. I think that would be working out just fine. There, everybody's back up to full now. Gonna go out for a torrent shot since I still do believe we still have that extra attack buff there. Look at that. 100 and something odd amount of damage, which that's working really nicely. Now we're just gonna have to just make sure that we're gonna have to go and heal at some point again with the use of Teddy there. So we could go and decrease this attack again, or we could go and just make sure that we could just quickly heal ourselves up. Alright, well, hopefully that was a good option that way it shows. But let's just make sure that we go and light up for some more fire. Probably not going to do a whole heck of a lot now. Oh yeah, it's going to still do a whole heck of a lot. 455 damage. Alright, yeah, so here we go. Meteorama time. Go and do your thing, Teddy. We need you to make sure that everybody gets all healed back up again. Here we go, gonna light up for another torrent shot though. So we should be getting into another segment here pretty soon. Like originally I was thinking about like kind of editing out most of this battle, but like even if I did and like went and like did something like that, I kind of want to like not really do any type of editing all that much for right now for this particular video, because like since I am gonna have to go and re-look at this later, just so that I could go and do the battle system again. I want to make sure how exactly I went through all of this. Because, like, I know that, like, before, you know, like, we went through, like, the Dominating Machine and, like, all those other like, mini-bosses and other bosses from before, and we did, like, a lot of editing throughout all of those. Well, that was because, like, those boss battles took, like, a really long time, and I never really knew how to exactly, do all that type of stuff there. But for this one, I want to make sure that I know what I'm going to do, because, like, because, like, I know that we still got, like, another said dungeon that's still going to be happening afterwards. There we go, so 175 damage. So unfortunately, it's going to be kind of dropping back down, so we can't really go and do any other type of set fire damage at this moment, not until he goes and does something else here. So here we go, another Tempest Slash. And unfortunately, I missed. And Teddy is manipulated, and he's going to be injuring out with Nacho there. Yeah, that's not really good at all for what's going to happen. Now, this is just only said type of character on the team that's going to be getting manipulated. But at some point, he will try to at least grab everybody, and that would not be good. Because if he grabs everybody and you're just the only one that's just off in the distance there, you're immediately going to get destroyed. There's no other way around it. Unfortunately, I should have probably went and knocked out with Kanji, but even if I did, that would probably cause a major effect right there, and I don't really want to have to go through all of that. But here we go. Another fire damage, and we missed. Oh no, Teddy's still manipulated. Ouch. Seems like Teddy just wants to just go and pick a fight with Nacho anyways. So we're going to probably have to go for another tornado shot here.
Here goes.
Let's light it. Could have probably went for that power charging move though. Oh geez. Yeah, that is a little bit scary for that ice move there. Alright, so now we just what I just heard from Rize is that ice moves are now going to be in effect. So if you did have somebody like for us, we did have Teddy there with the Bufula damage or the Mabufula damage there. Could have probably went and did some ice moves, but unfortunately that is not going to be the case anymore now. Yeah, we're going to have to make sure that Nacho gets healed back up there.
I thank you.
Okay, now what we're going to probably have to do is maybe set up for a value medicine. Just at least just kind of get a little bit of health back, but we'll make sure that we'll have Teddy that will go and just heal up quickly as well, too. Just so that we can make sure that everybody's all good. Ooh, I wouldn't really want to be too careful with that. Oh. Okay, maybe we are not going to go as out for Meteorama. Okay, so everybody should at least be somewhat okay now. Woof. Good thing that we had that attack decrease, though. That would have been really scary if that was not in effect. Probably would have knocked us out right there. Alright, so we're going to make sure that that debuff is still going to be happening for the time being. I guess we could probably just go for our Tempest Slash, or we could go for the Blight move, depending on what we're going to be setting up for. So, let's just go and see if we can give it another shot here.
All yours.
Not too bad of damage, but yeah, so I think it's going to be that time where we do set up for our Meteorama. There we go. So far, so good now. Yeah, lining up more of that torrent shot there.
Here goes.
Oh geez, here we go again. Oh man, so we just would have lost that with Kanji, but we still do have, well, maybe not anymore. I don't think we really have a Balm of Life anymore. I think we just want to use the last of them, which that really sucks. But hey, you know, we could always go and jump into another day if we need to, because again, the expiration date is on November 20th. So if you do actually want to go and plan out on doing some other things before you go into the boss battle, you can. Because Bomb of Life, you can go and buy that over at the mart that's in the Inaba area for the central shopping district. So yeah, we're gonna go and start for Recarm now. We're gonna bring out with Throne now, just to make sure that we get ourselves revived up there, because that was just a problem. Well, we could go and heal with Nato if we need it, and then try to get our physical attack back, but yeah, because this is like when I was starting to have like somewhat of a situation out here, because like I really wanted to like try to knock out this guy, and just gonna try to hope for the best now. Now this right here, I should have probably went and like power charged up, but
Here goes.
Only did about 97 there for the different attacks. Whoa, that's really close.
Whoa, Kanji, are you okay?
Well, we can't really go use Recarm now, but maybe go for an Arsenic Fire damage? Not even close. Only did about 206.
Senpai, you're low on health. Be careful.
Well, we could go for an ointment now. Or maybe not. We could go for a value medicine. So now our attack has been reverted, which that's not good because that's a little bit of an issue there. Another torrent shot again. Like, this man is like really close to be almost being out here pretty soon. Oh no, now this is where his controlling is going to happen, and this is where we're going to get ourselves instantly knocked out. All three members of our team have now been fully controlled. This is basically a game over at this point.
Please get back up.
Like, we could probably knock out Kanji if I needed to with like a physical hit, but like, I don't really have an Arsenic Bomb of Life. I do have the Recarm though, but we're like almost out of like SP though. That would have been a major problem. Yeah, it's not really, yeah, we don't really need to go ahead and check all of our personas now. It's just that we kind of have to face the inevitable now. Just go for a guard, maybe. Just try to hope for the best. That's all that I can literally think of. Because then at least we got a little bit of some extra defense. We go for a guard, but alright, well, let's see what happens here. So Natsu's actually hesitating, so that's good. He's going to set for Mabufula, which that's going to be hurting for a little bit of damage. And there comes with the torrent shot. And we are done. So see you guys in the next one, and I'll make sure that we at least get ourselves a win for the second time.